3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, so it's another day of dollar store wedding. Another tutorial for you. Today is to make the boutonnieres. This one is for the groom, this one is for all the rest of the groomsmen. I have them all made already, but I am going to be making one for the flower bearer and one for my dad. And I might be making some for the grandparents because here in Kentucky, that's just apparently what you do. But keep watching and we will show you how this is done. Okay, so the first things you're going to need is, of course, the flowers that you want to use. I'm just using little Dollar Tree flowers. Got them at the Dollar Tree. They're nothing special. This one's actually crazy looking. I'm probably not going to use it. But you flowers. Ribbon, I got this for accent. I've got it on all of my bridesmaids bouquets and my bouquet as well. Ribbon, I got this ribbon to wrap the stem. I have cardboard here to help with making the stem wide enough. You're going to need scissors, probably a wire cutting tool, some tulle, and hot glue gun. I think that's all. No, okay. I'm also using a lighter to burn the ends of the ribbons so that they don't fray. And I think that's all. So, yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I do is pick out the rose that I want to use. This one looks better than the other one did, so I'm going to use it. What I do is I slide the leaves down and pull off the top. And why I do this is because I like to take my hot glue gun and put a bead of glue at the end and put it back on. Why? Just so that they don't pop off during the ceremony. And if you have a little bit of glue left over at the very bottom there, like you could, there, what I'll do is I just stick the green leaves to it. That way they don't move around and flap around and stuff. And that's the very first part of it. The second part is bending the stem. I bend it up to make like a little, whatever this is, a U, so that it is a little bit wider and it has like a little bit more to hold on to on the cardboard. So I'll cut it there, and can't find my other, there it is. Oh no, oh no, oh no, come out. Okay, sorry. So what I do is I take these wires things and I pinch it a little bit so that it's not so wide at the bottom. Because if it is too wide, you'll have some look like this and your other ones will be like this. And personally, I like the skinnier looking ones than this one. But you know, whatever. They don't have to be perfect. You're doing them yourself. I mean, most people are not going to be paying that much attention to it. So, yeah. So after you do that, that step is done. I like to get the tool. Okay, I like to get my tool and wrap it over like this, just to see how long I want it to be. Which, that looks about right. And what I do is I grab it and cut it. And then when I cut it, I like to stretch it to make sure that all of the play is out of it first. And then I tie a little round knot in it like that. And then put the flower through it and pull it tight. And I try to make both sides even. Sometimes it don't work out, but it works. And that goes in the back of your boutonniere. Just for like a little thing to go around it. Sorry, didn't realize I was out of shot. So like that. So when it's pinned on, this is what it looks like. Well, semi what it looks like on your lapel. Okay, so we got that part done. Now after that is done, what you'll do is take your cardboard. Now I've already cut out a little piece here to go on the end of this one, but if you haven't done that, which you probably won't when you're first making them, is go ahead and do that. And what I do is I round the edges of the end a little bit so that it's rounded and doesn't look all pointy and stuff. Why? I don't know. That's your choice. You can do it however you want to do it, but that's the way I like it. I'm also making it skinnier because that one was wider than what I wanted it to be. Oh, such a mess. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Crap. This is what it looks like after I get it done, get it cut. What I do then is just pull it apart. Like, some of the cardboard pieces are held together differently, but I just pull mine apart because it's easy to pull it apart. If you use like a thicker cardboard, you might want to do, or if you use a thinner cardboard, you might can just do two different, like put two and two together. But this was just one, and it works fine for me. So after I did that, I take my glue gun, my horrible, horrible glue gun that barely works anymore. Ow, just burnt my thumb. And of course it would struggle. There. Wah. So what I do is I put a bead of glue on it and then stick it to the stem of the flower. Okay. Once that is semi-dry, what I do is go ahead and put more on the top and put the other half on and hold them together, and be careful because this step where it like squeezes out the sides, so it can burn you. Please be careful doing this. Hot glue is no fun when you get it on you, especially for people that don't use hot glue a lot. My fingers are pretty much desensitized from it because I use hot glue a lot. Okay, so once you get that done, you're pretty much done with this project. It's all over me. Okay, the next step though is your ribbon. What I do is I just cut a little piece of ribbon, just a little piece at the bottom, and I burn the ends so they don't unravel. This part isn't really important. You don't have to do it on this part, but I do recommend it on the next few parts that we do. But what we're going to do is put it over the end here so that you can't see the cardboard when you wrap it around it like this. So just a little bit of glue, spread it out on this side. Again, be careful because the glue is hot. Don't want nobody to get burnt. Anybody to get burnt. Sorry. Again, I am from Kentucky. This is just Kentucky twang. I'm pushing the sides so that it rounds out a little bit better. And then that part is done. Now this is like, well, this is not how it looks like at the end, obviously, but that part is done for that. Next part is to wrap around the ribbon all the way around the bottom. Now I have no way of measuring this, honestly. I just cut off a piece that I feel like will be big enough. You can get bigger or smaller, it's up to you. However your method works. I don't really have one, I just guesstimate. Well, what I do is pretty long piece right here, and I find the back of the boutonniere, which would be here. Add a bead of glue. Put the ribbon on it. I hate hot glue strings. Ugh. Wrap it around the front. When I get back to the back, I put another bead of glue. And sometimes I just go ahead and put it down the rest of it too, because it saves time. And then I just start wrapping. Now you always want to make sure that you end your thing in the back. See, it wouldn't go around the back, but you want to end it in the back. So if you have to trim off of your ribbon, that's fine. It's not a big deal. What is the problem is when you don't get long enough ribbon. So that's the reason I make mine pretty long to start with. And then if it's too long, I just trim it. But then you put your bead of glue at the bottom and carefully fold it over. Okay, that is done. Now you could leave it like this, but since I have it on the end of my bouquet, I go ahead and I wanted to put a little bit of this on their boutonnieres as well. Now I mean, they're men, so I'm guessing they don't want to be that flashy. So what I do is just cut like a little bitty strand of it off. And again, always in the back, gluing in the back. Put a little bit of glue on it. Stick it. Wrap it around the front. And end back up in the back. Now sometimes when if you're lucky, sometimes if you're lucky, you can end it, it'll end like perfectly where you don't have to overlap it any, like this one did. See it? So what you do is just cut off the excess. If you have to overlap, it's not a big deal, but I just think it's really cool if you don't have to. So add a little bit more glue, and again, carefully place it down. Okay, so this is completely done. All you have to do is get your, well, boutonniere pins, which I have some. I just didn't have any for the video. I don't know where they're at, but it's done. And just put your boutonniere pins on it. Now you can get the ones that have like that are like safety pins that have the little clasp on it and they pinch together or whatever. And just glue it on the back and that'll be fine too. But I don't think that's what we're gonna do. I feel like we're just gonna use the regular sewing looking pins with the balls on the end. But that is this tutorial. I hope you like it. If you do, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I will be having more dollar store wedding DIYs soon.